Could I please invite you to put your hand up and have your three middle fingers together, and then wrap your big finger around your little one. And if you can put your hand alongside your shoulder, your right shoulder. Does anybody recognise this sign? That's
Scouts.
right. It
Yes,
is Scout.
Scouts.
That's exactly right. Do you know what it actually symbolises? I expected some people might say be prepared, and yes, that is the Scouts motto, but what it actually symbolises is Scouts law. So can I please ask you now to repeat after me? Be respectful.
Be respectful.
Do what is right.
Do what is right.
Do what is right.
And believe in myself.
And believe in myself.
Believe in myself.
Thank you. Now let me take this a little bit further. Imagine that you are Annabelle. You're an 11-year-old girl and you live in a home where violence is the norm. Have a think about it. Be respectful. Your role model constantly verbally abuses yourself, your mum, and your siblings. Do what is right. Your role model has turned your home into a prison where you walk on eggshells and constantly live in fear. Believe in myself. Your trauma has impacted you so that you have lost confidence, you have severe anxiety, and you also feel shame. Current statistics show that 2 in 5 Australian women over the age of 15 have been impacted by domestic and family violence. But also, 2 in 5 Australian children and young people or the age of 16. Now, the implications for this violence that they're experiencing cannot be overstated, and they include such things as an increased risk of using violence or experiencing violence as adults, an increased risk of experiencing mental health issues, substance abuse issues, chronic illness, unemployability, relationship breakdown, and many others. In 2022, I had a discussion with a senior government official who worked in youth justice, and she explained to me that almost 100% of young repeat offenders have been impacted by domestic and family violence, and 100% of young repeat offenders have disengaged from formal learning. So how can we ensure that children and young people who have been impacted by domestic and family violence have the opportunity to reach their potential? I'd ask you now if you can raise your hands and show me that sign once more. This time, repeat after me. Health and well-being.
Health and well-being.
Education and training.
Education and training.
Social connection.
Social connection.
Thank you. These are the 3 pillars of our Hope for Life Children and Young Persons program. Now let's go back to Annabelle for a moment. Annabelle actually came into our Hope for Life program when her mum engaged with Beyond DV in 2020. She was very reserved, she was highly anxious and actually was displaying self-harm behaviours, and she was struggling to stay engaged in school. We supported Annabelle and her mum to access appropriate trauma-informed therapeutic care. Annabelle started to engage in our weekly homework club, where she worked with volunteer mentors to improve in those areas where she was struggling at school. And she also joined in our regular activities with our social connection partners, such as the Brisbane Lions, where she would also do cooking activities. She would be partaking in art activities, drama, dance, as I said, sporting activities, and she'd be mixing with other children who had been impacted by domestic violence, as well as volunteer mentors from the community. Now, hundreds of people like Annabelle have joined into our Hope for Life program since we launched in 2019. But now we are adding a unique new element to our social connection pillar. And yes, you probably guess it. We are going to be in partnership with the Scouts. one of the oldest and most well-known youth organisations, not just in Australia, but in many countries around the world. So over the next 12 months, 20 to 25 children aged 8 to 13 years will participate in 4 weeks of scouting activities each term. During each week of the scouting activities, they will participate in 3 rotational activities, including such things as bushwalking, camp cooking, construction, water harvesting, orienteering, and the activities will actually be delivered by the Scouts Queensland team using their resources and equipment at one of our secure locations, one of our recovery centres in the middle of beautiful parklands. The children will also be supported by the Beyond DV Hope for Life team and volunteer mentors from the community who will attend each session with them. Now, as a result of this program, children will be provided with regular opportunities to build confidence, self-worth, teamwork, resilience, and respectful relationships with their peers and other adults. We will also build capacity with the Scouts Queensland team and the Beyond DV mentors, as we will deliver trauma-informed training to help them when they're working with kids' community for some well-deserved respite. And they will also have a chance to meet with other mums who are going through similar things to increase their support network. And none of this program will cost them a cent. This program is also highly scalable across Australia, particularly in my current position as the board chair of the Australian Domestic Family and Sexual Violence Recovery Alliance, which gives me connections with other recovery services around the nation. Now, I left my role as an educator of 35 years to establish Beyond DV when my own daughter was impacted by domestic violence in 2017. So this is a cause that is really close to my heart, as you can imagine. But the reality is, although Beyond DV is the largest provider of holistic recovery support to women and children in Brisbane, we receive no recurrent government funding. We rely on one-off grants and support from community members and corporates to actually trial new programs like this. This program, to work with 20 to 25 children for 12 months, will cost $30,000. Now, that includes the Scouts Queensland staff, all of the resources, all of the equipment, and a Beyond DV team member to actually help coordinate the program with the families. Additionally, if you would like to join our program as a volunteer mentor, we are always looking to grow a team of cheerleaders. Now, tonight, you have the unique opportunity to be a part of what could become a groundbreaking, life-changing program developed here in Queensland. And what became of Annabelle, you might ask? Well, as her confidence grew, she made new friends. Her anxiety lessened and she ceased her self-harm. She increased her engagement in school and she was actually offered a sports scholarship. She recently just started her first job at McDonald's. And just last month, she accompanied her mum as a volunteer at our annual high tea fundraiser. Her mum once said to me, Beyond DV gives us permission to borrow their belief in us until we find that belief in ourselves. Can you help us tonight to bring self-belief to children and families who've been impacted by domestic and family violence? As my husband said, and as I hope you can fully appreciate after I've shared with you this evening, do the sign to help kids shine. Thank you.